Hello everyone, and welcome to Hyperanalyzing LCS, the series where I discuss the biggest macro plays and smallest micro plays from the LCS, and give attention to the tiniest details that can decide the outcome of the game. This week, we will look at some plays from Week 9 of the 2021 LCS Summer Split. A Rift Herald fight between Cloud9 and Dignitas led to C9 picking up a clean ace just 16 minutes into the game.
First Rift in the first two Dragons. Okay, something back on the map. That's going to be useful. And
maybe not.
Okay, TP play coming across. As long as this smite's available, and it is for Acadian. Yasui kind of sequestered off, though. Perk's going to find the chain. Yasui could die, and they have to turn around with the fight now. Going to block as much damage as possible, but he's going to run out of health. And now the Aurelia's on the other side. Smite's going to come through. Acadian claims it, but you're fighting a 4v5 team fight. Good luck with this one. Over the wall comes the jungler, and that's going to be the push towards Fake God. Big thick skin there, hitting him around. The bounce house is in. Can they get Zven? Zven staying alive. Zven will not die. Neo going to fall instead. Reset comes in, flash to safety. The Zig Satchel, the ulti back in, and the Zac is just bloblets now. Dignitas just cannot team fight.
Dignitas starts the Rift Herald, seemingly having an advantage in the river, but Cloud9 brings Fudge down from top lane and Perks teleports to a ward behind the Baron pit. The teleport location means Yasui gets separated from his team and cornered by Perks and Blabber. As soon as the LeBlanc chain hits, Yasui has no escape and it's just a matter of doing the damage. Down in the river, Aphromoo lands a dredge line on Vulcan, forcing out Alistar's Unbreakable Will. Even with the damage reduction, Vulcan still loses a lot of health, particularly to the explosive minefield, and eventually gets pulled out of the fight by Zven with Fate's Call. Zven has a good jump over the wall to dodge a bouncing bomb, then Vulcan decides to go back in with the Kalista ult, but only hits one before running back out of the fight. Acadian smites the Rift Herald, and now Fudge is left in a 1v4 with Cloud9's damage dealers trying to get back to the fight. However, Tahm Kench is a tanky champion and Fudge is able to stay fairly healthy. Blabber ults into the Baron pit, but Perks is going for a long walk before he will enter the fight. Fudge uses the Devourer on Fake God, and Blabber's entrance seems to scare Dignitas away, even though he's not going to be much of a threat if Dig stay this grouped up. Dignitas falls so far back that they leave Fake God to deal with his own 1v4. Fake God instantly flashes and ults coming out of the Devourer, and Dig now recommit to fighting 4 vs 4 as Aphramoo's dredge line hits Fudge. While Fudge gets a big shield with thick skin to keep him healthy, Dignitas do land a lot of damage on multiple members of Cloud9, although Neo's Satchel Charge knocks everyone away from what could have been huge damage from Fake God's Q, but instead just hits the ground between all of C9's players. With many Cloud9 members at very low health, this looks like a fight win for Dignitas, but C9 play the rest of this fight really well. Vulcan's Flash Headbutt Pulverize knocks up 3 as Zven is able to hop away. Neo flashes back even though he is not under immediate threat of dying, and the C9 bot lane duo both get away with slivers of health left as Dignitas cannot chase further, with Perks finally arriving to the top side of this fight. Perks and Zven, with the range advantage, are able to pick off a kill onto Aphromoo. Unfortunately for Neo, his flash put him in range of Blabber, who bursts him down, and it's actually Vulcan's Ignite that picks up the kill. That Ignite is actually hugely important because Blabber would not have had time to hit Neo again before getting killed himself. Instead, with just a sliver of health left himself, Blabber is able to transform into the Ziggs, briefly stopping damage from hitting him. Then he flashes away and a beautiful Satchel Charge gets him away from what would have been a killing blow from Fake God. Blabber then ults to kill Acadian in mid-air before Acadian can hit the knockup from Elastic Slingshot. The rest of Cloud9 kill off Fake God as Blabber cleans up the Zac Bloblets with help from Perks, and Cloud9 somehow walk away from this fight with all 5 members still alive, scoring a clean ace just 16 minutes into the game. TSM's dominant game against championship rivals 100 Thieves ended with this quadra kill from Huni.
TSM looking to stop this 100 Thieves on potentially their last shot in this game.
Those are taking some damage. Huni going for the slow flank play. The vision's good enough that they know how much time they have got. Hook's gonna land on the front line. Spica gonna be flayed in stun. Only finds a slow, but FBI is a target. And FBI goes down. And it's time to go for the rest. Cassiopeia is untouched. Already they're on to 4. And it's time for number 5. Nowhere else to go. The Mega Gnar buys a few moments, but it will not buy the win. 11-2. TSM.
100 Thieves forced this fight at Baron as basically a last-ditch effort to turn this game around. TSM have full control right now, with bot lane inhib destroyed and 100 Thieves missing both of their teleports. This pressure already secured TSM the Ocean Soul, and 100 Thieves don't want to give away the Baron for free as well. The setup around Baron with Abbedagga hiding behind the wall. He hits a hook on Spica and decides to pull himself into TSM, but he doesn't get any follow-up from his team and he is forced to use his stopwatch. Abbedagge lands the stolen Solar Flare on Power of Evil, but he's in a 1v4 now and has no chance to kill anybody as he gets locked up by Moonfall and Petrifying Gaze. The TSM members burn him down as Huhi tries to escape with a tiny bit of health left. While TSM is securing the first kill onto Abbedagge, Huni is also winning the other side of this fight. Sword Art doesn't quite get the stun from Solar Flare onto FBI, but it doesn't matter because Huni would have solo killed him anyway with the full Viego combo, finishing him off with the ult. Huni then turns into the Varus, immediately sniping Huhi with a piercing arrow for the second kill, then sends one auto attack into closure before finishing him off with the second use of the Viego ultimate, and this time it's actually a solo kill for Huni. Huni possesses the Olaf but just throws one axe before using a third Viego ult onto Someday. With about 100 HP left, Someday lands a 5-man Gnar into a 5-man Wallop and a 5-man Boulder Toss, then gets auto-attacked once by Huni for the Quadro kill. This big fight broke out around the first Rift Herald in a critical game for Flyquest and the Golden Guardians.
Flyquest are ready to respond. They got multiple players rotating over. Chime also coming up all the way from bottom lane. Flyquest seeing the extra man here, but now they're ready to respond themselves. Licorice going to be your target here, having to dash away. Iconic jumps in, but won't quite find that just yet. Rift Herald will be secured there with a smite. Chime flashes in for the Zenith Blade. Jose Dioto going to be your target, having to walk away from this one. The Winds of War coming back, looking for a little bit more damage as Kumo's coming into the Golden Guardians lines now. Blaze Olive having to flash back out. Kumo gets first kill of the fight over on the enemy support. Flyquest wants to continue disengaging, but the kill in Diamond comes through for Stixay. Iconic continues to tank as a Blaze Olive gets a kill on the enemy top laner and a double kill onto Jose. Iconic loses the passive, but that is all until you get the double kill coming out for Tomo.
Golden Guardians are the team that starts the Rift Herald, but Flyquest wants to contest. However, GG has the numbers advantage with Chime ahead of Diamond on the roam and Stixay ahead of Tomo. The man advantage forces Kumo to hookshot away, but Flyquest has a brief 2v1 against Licorice, and they get him low, but with the Golden Guardians players jumping in, Fly is forced to respect the man advantage. GG secures the Rift Herald, and as they do, Chime flashes in, finding a Zenith Blade onto Jose Dioto. Iconic lands a long stretching strike, but cannot get in range of his second target to pull Jose back, which allows Jose Dioto to escape into the top lane. Kumo uses hookshot to engage onto a Blaze Olive, who then has to flash away from Diamond's Abyssal Dive. A Mega Inferno Bomb all the way from mid lane hits the GG tanks, but this early into the game, they are not that tanky yet, and Chime becomes the first casualty of the fight. However, Stixay has arrived, and he lands a 3-man stun with Scatter the Weak, allowing Licorice to go in and hit 4 with an Empowered Cold the Meek, which doesn't do much damage due to a good exhaust from Diamond, but it does give Licorice a lot of health, allowing him to stay in this fight. Stixay flashes forward to finish off Diamond with the help of a Blaze Olive's explosive charge, and GG are also able to get a second kill on Kumo, but Flyquest aren't done fighting, with Tomo arriving to the fight with just enough mana left to get a few spells off. Jose Dioto's Viego has possessed the Leona, and he lands a Zenith Blade into the Viego ult to get 2 members of GG very low, and Tomo blows them both up with a single bouncing bomb, getting 1 kill and proccing Zack's passive. Stixay picks up his second kill of the fight on Jose Dioto before Jose is able to possess the Renekton. With few players left alive, the fight splits apart. Palafox is able to escape using Stopwatch and Flash, but Stixay is not able to defend his reviving jungler, as Tomo smartly waits for Zack's Bloblets to get close together, allowing his bouncing bomb to hit all of them, essentially quadrupling the damage of that ability, and a Satchel Charge secures Tomo's second kill of the fight. Interestingly, it's the 2 bot laners who come up huge in this fight, when they couldn't have been further away from the play when it started. When the dust settles, Flyquest and Golden Guardians trade 3 for 3, each team losing their top jungle and support players, with both bot lane AP carries picking up double kills. For most of the C9 TL game, Cloud9 were getting leads, but Jensen was making plays to keep Team Liquid competitive, including this play where he picks up a triple kill.
I think TSM is playing probably the best League of Legends right now. You know, they have been consistent on stage. They are showing well, but C9 breaking out into a fight here by Baron.
C9 going after him yet again. Core JJ is your target. He's already gone. Fudge swooping in from the side, and Jensen with a beautiful 4-man ulti, but it is not enough just yet. Volk going to be the first Cloud9 casualty. Tactical's coming in here, ready to unleash the damage, but he's going to have to do so much. Jensen's popping off. He's got the kill on Zven. Blabber's about to die now, too. Team Liquid turns it right back around.
Team Jensen, baby!
Cloud9 start this play off by finding a pick onto Core JJ. Perks ults in on Twisted Fate, and Centauran and Jensen run away, trying to avoid getting stunned by a gold card. This secures the kill on Core JJ, and while the gold card eventually hits Santorin, he has built enough space that only Fudge can follow up. Santorin is able to survive the initial dive, but Team Liquid now finds themselves surrounded in a 3v5, but Jensen is able to make a huge play to turn this fight around. He dashes in and Emperor's Divide knocks back 4 members of Cloud9, although the exhaust from Vulcan prevents a lot of damage. Santorin eventually gets killed, but now some damage has come through from Tactical's True Shot Barrage and some attacks from Jensen's soldiers. But Jensen now finds himself in a bit of a bad position, with the entire C9 squad closing in on him. He uses his Zhonya's Hourglass, which lets him dodge Perks' blue card and wild cards, and Zven's Moonlight Vigil. Coming out of stasis, Jensen immediately flashes, dodging Blabber's Wind Becomes Lightning, then sends his soldiers towards the trio of Blabber, Perks, and Zven, all of whom are incredibly low on health. Perks flashes away, Zven gets killed with one more auto, and Blabber charges in and uses his stopwatch. Jensen summons another soldier, which he uses to take down Fudge. Then he has all of his cooldowns back to burst down Blabber, even through a large Gourd Drinker heal. Jensen ends up with a triple kill after single-handedly turning around what appeared to be a terrible fight for Team Liquid, helping TL win the fight 4-2. As hard as Jensen tried to carry that game, Cloud9 would still eventually take the win after Zven on Aphelios picks up the first pentakill of the split.
C9 are starting up the Baron here. TL looking like they want to contest. Fudge trying to get a good angle for the flank. But remember, Tactical, no QSS. Does have sums available, though.
Okay, Perks' ulti has been used. Cloud9 looking for the opportunity to fight. Santorin is very low. Tactical jumps over the wall, but Fudge is ready to go. Tactical down, Zven on a rampage. Team Liquid just erased from Summoner's Rift.
Oh, can he get the Penta?
With the quadra kill there. Is this the Penta for Zven in their final game of the split? Jensen's very low. Zven's coming in. Blabber doesn't want to steal it. Here comes Zven. He's going after him. Come on, baby. Let's get it. Pentakill!
Cloud9 forces Team Liquid to fight them by threatening to take the Baron. Perks uses his Twisted Fate ult to gain vision of TL approaching the Baron pit, and he uses that vision to land a gold card on Santorin, who falls below 1/4 HP with the follow-up damage from C9. Vulcan's Glacial Fissure slows down the retreat of Tactical and Core JJ, and Perks uses the teleport part of TF's ult to block Team Liquid's escape path, forcing them all to go over the wall of the red buff pit, either with abilities or with their flashes. Fudge's Hextech Ultimatum follows Tactical's flash, and Perks is just in range for a gold card over the wall onto Tactical as well. With Cloud9 winning this fight handily, Blabber and Zven flash to follow Team Liquid over the wall and clean up the kills, which all go to Zven. The first kill is a bit lucky as Zven shoots Core JJ with the Infernum gun, and the shot follows Core JJ's flash, and the splash damage from Infernum finishes off Tactical and also hits everyone else in the red buff pit. Zven then flashes over the wall and fires another shot towards Core JJ, and this time the splash damage kills Alphari, and would have also killed Santorin if he didn't use Stopwatch. Zven fires off the Infernum Q, then switches guns, autoing Core JJ once for the third kill. He shoots Santorin once the stasis ends, and Zven gets his 4th kill and 4 auto attacks. Now, Perks flashes after Jensen, who opts to use Zhonya's Hourglass to stop the gold card, but either way, he's stuck in place while the rest of C9 catches up. Jensen uses Emperor's Divide to shove back 3, but it barely does not hit Zven, who auto-attacks Jensen once, then uses the last of his Gravitum ammo to root Jensen from very far away. As the root fades, Jensen is still heavily slowed by Blabber's Wind Becomes Lightning and a lingering red buff burn from Zven's attack. Blabber doesn't want to steal the Penta, but it doesn't look like Zven will be able to catch up to Jensen, except that one melee minion follows Blabber, and just like the first 2 kills, the final kill is secured with the splash damage from Infernum, and Zven records the first pentakill of the 2021 Summer Split. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Hyperanalyzing LCS. Hit subscribe and come back next week to see my analysis of the start of the Summer Split playoffs.